Yo, 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 it's Big Ant, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in on some real unfortunate news that they hit the nation, man, out of Uvalde, Texas. You know what I'm saying? It's this one right here, man. All I can do is, bro, this game getting crazy, bro. Like, you got to just think what it would feel like to wake up and just get a phone call, one of your kids that been shot, bro, or somebody loved close to you. But school, bro, like it's sad that this is still going on today in the world that we live in, where kids is being killed. This is Uvalde, Texas, bro. They reporting right now 14 kids killed, others injured, one teacher is dead. Uh, this is in the San Antonio area. I'm actually from Houston, but I'm familiar with San Antonio. I've been there before. They don't have nothing. This is crazy, bro. Like this is something that's this. We got to figure this out. I'm gonna have some people call in later and just speak on how y'all want to speak, bro. Uh, ain't nothing confirmed yet, but here's the news crew that's on the scene, man. I just want to send the condolences first and foremost, the family, the loved ones. Looking at this footage, these pictures, and everything like that is crazy, man. But they have said that multiple kids have been shot and killed. I can't confirm the exact number right now, but they are saying 14. 14 are deceased and one teacher. 14 children, one teacher.
That's just heartbreaking.
We're waiting a press conference again at Willie De Leon Civic Center. Our crews have been there at Uvalde Memorial Hospital speaking to people who are trying to be reunified with their family of the injured. We have crews there at the Civic Center who have been speaking with parents who have been picking up their children, trying to, again, be reunified with them. A lot of these parents may be showing up and being sent somewhere else, which is terrifying for any parent, any family member to hear. Like you were saying, this is a small community. A lot of people were raised there. They grew up there. Everyone's connected in some way.
Right. And then not knowing if your child, and now having discovered that 14 children were killed, the condition of your child. How is your
Right
child?
now, 14 have been killed,
Parents
man.
are at Memorial Hospital where 13 children are being treated, and possibly only 12 now that we know one has passed away. And we are waiting to hear from the superintendent as more details on this. Governor Abbott has just spoken. We are getting those remarks ready for you right now. But he is the one who confirmed 14 children dead, the shooter is dead, a teacher is dead. Vanessa Croy is at the Are law enforcement still inside the school?
It's gonna come in a second, y'all. Damn, this shit crazy, bro.
Looks like we're having some technical difficulties with her audio, but as you can see, it's still a very, very active scene there. Vanessa's been on the scene.
This is in Uvalde. This is in the San Antonio, Texas area.
Hopefully we can get her
around San Antonio, Texas.
Because she has been there on the ground all afternoon.
She has. Of course, Uvalde is about an hour and a half away, and once we heard about this, it all started about noon.
For people just coming in, man, I just wanted to come tap in on this. I was gonna be on another subject, but I said, hey, man, it's a real tragic event. I had another video lined up that I was gonna do today on some rap hip hop shit with K-Sue and his father news, but I saw this, man. I said, man, I gotta just come in and just send condolences to these families and these loved ones, bro. I don't never want to see nobody lose their kid like this. I don't ever want to see no lives be lost, bro. Like a nigga can't be out here just like overlooking some big heavy shit like this, bro. We got to do something better. Whatever we can do, bro. Like, man, if you going through some shit, bro, and you tripping about some shit, man, holler at some people, talk to some people. Man, y'all kids getting out here killing people. They saying this dude was 18 and you out here going and killing children, bro. Like, this high school is next to the elementary school or something, because this is a small community. I don't know exactly how they work out there. Why would he go to an elementary school and do this? I'm pretty sure the facts will come out, but this is from somebody that's on the scene right now, man.
We have dispatched our crews, and they are all now in Uvalde. There's another law enforcement pulling up.
State trooper. And we know the FBI arrived on scene. We know DPS has taken over the investigation. Uvalde PD was the first responding law enforcement agency. SAPD, their SWAT team was there on site. BTSO was also sending help. We know San Antonio Fire, and then multiple law enforcement agencies were helping out. I know other schools in this district were asked to pick up their children at the regular release time. There will be no buses, so parents will need to go there. There will be law enforcement there, not to be alarmed, but it's to for everyone's safety.
Let's go to Vanessa now. Let's see, Vanessa.
I just wanted to say a few words. We're back out here live at the school. I just heard the devastating news at the same time you did. In the last 20 minutes or so, I hope I can say this, keeping it together, a parent came out here still looking for his child. I can't imagine what these families are going through right now, especially at this time, wondering where your child is at this hour. I do want to show you what's happening behind me right now. Looks like the focus of the investigation looks like a command center is set up behind the school. That's where the majority of law enforcement is staged back there. We did see the FBI is here. We can confirm that. And I did see 2 FBI crime investigation agents just walk down the street to approach the crime scene. Multiple law enforcement agencies have been out here today. I was out here just shortly after we heard at first the suspect was in custody. Now we're learning that suspect has died. It was shortly after that. It was when many of the law enforcement officers were walking out of that school, and visibly from their faces, I could tell that this was horrific. That was actually the words of the Uvalde County Sheriff today. When I arrived here today, I asked him, I know he said he couldn't share any information. They were still trying to figure out what happened. And he told me, this is horrific. Our worst nightmare has come true out here today. And our prayers are with this community. This is a very tight-knit community out here, and truly hurting right now. Deb and Audrey, I'm going to send it back to you.
Escorted by members of the sheriff's office, and of course we are giving them their space. This is
bro.
We are gonna.
Hold on, man. What the fuck, man? This shit is crazy, dog.
BSO sending units there. San Antonio Police sending equipment there. Border Patrol, FBI, all responding to help Uvalde deal with this tragedy on this last week of school, with high school graduation scheduled for Friday. Dealing with
last week of
15
school.
deaths that must touch every single person in Uvalde, the community of 16,000 people.
And we are awaiting a press conference at the Willie De Leon Civic Center, where school district officials, city, county,
Headed from a rural hospital to their loved ones. We have some who are still awaiting, I presume, news inside, or waiting for word just to make sure their loved ones are very communicative up until this point, or on Twitter and on Facebook, letting parents know where to pick up their children, letting them know about the bus schedule, letting them know about after-school activities. So we have a full parking lot right now at the Civic Center. We have tents set up outside. We have district officials who have brought water and snacks for these families. And I do want to note, some families have not immediately walked out with their...
Nah, this is in San Antonio, y'all.
Still awaiting...
Outside of San Antonio, it's a town called Uvalde. It's outside of San Antonio, close to the San Antonio area. Small town, small area, like 16,000 people, man.
But that is just what we've been seeing within this past about hour and a half since we have been here. As soon as we get word of the exact time of this press conference, we will, of course, pass that along to you all.
All right, thank you, Alicia. And of course, we will carry that live. We now want to go to Matt Houston. He has an update on the 2 people who were brought here to San Antonio. Matt?
Well, but we already knew that is a 10-year-old girl also in critical condition. Again, that's generally
Bro,
a serious
10-year-old, bro.
We know that when you're care flighted from a rural hospital to a level 1 trauma center, they need more resources, more staff to take care of those injuries and treat those patients. So 2 patients, 66-year-old woman, a 10-year-old girl, both in critical condition here in San Antonio. One point that's probably somewhat important to make is we're talking about a potential death toll of 14 children at this point. The maximum class size in the state of Texas, barring some rare exceptions, is 22. We don't know that all these kids were in the same class, but we are clearly talking about a generation of Uvalde students now caught up in this tragedy, and something to consider as we hear numbers and think about each one of these kids with a name and a face, including the 10-year-old girl right now in critical condition behind me here in San Antonio. We did hear early reports that Uvalde Memorial would transfer more patients to San Antonio, either University Health or to SAMC. We still don't have any of that confirmed. So for right now, 2 students from Uvalde, rather 2 patients from Uvalde, a 66-year-old woman. We'll keep you posted on their condition. University Health has been good about getting us frequent updates so that we can keep you posted. Deb, Audrey?
Okay, Matt, thank you. So now we do know the 10-year-old is in critical condition. Henry Ramos had spoken to a friend of his who lost a 10-year-old niece. So apparently a lot of this shooting must have gone on in a 4th grade classroom.
10-year-old niece.
10-year-olds there, 1 dead and 1 critically injured, and a total of 13 students being treated in Uvalde at the hospital there.
But we have learned, we confirmed through Governor Greg Abbott, that 14 students are dead. 1 teacher is dead. The shooter, an 18-year-old local Uvalde resident, entered that school with a gun, possibly another weapon. And we do know police also were able to shoot and kill him as that situation was unfolding.
Right. We don't know the motivation right now, why he went in there, why he opened fire on all of these children and the teacher. But this is what Governor Abbott said just moments ago.
The shooter was Salvador Romas, an 18-year-old male who resided in Uvalde. It's believed that he abandoned his vehicle and entered into the Robb Elementary School in Uvalde with a handgun, and he may have also had a rifle, but that is not yet confirmed according to my most recent report. He shot and killed horrifically, incomprehensibly, 14 students and killed a teacher. Mr. Romas, the shooter, he himself is deceased and is believed that responding officers killed him.
So there you have it. We heard from the governor, 14 students dead, 1 teacher dead, and that shooter also dead, killed by police. We want to go to Henry Ramos right now, who is at Uvalde Memorial Hospital, where a lot of those students were first taken. Henry.
Yeah, Audrey and Deborah, so I've just been talking with people, even through online, and people are reaching out to me. And I do want to read you something that is really tough and really chilling that was just sent to me. This was a text message that was sent to a loved one she's a coach at Robb Elementary. When all of this was unfolding, this is what she sent to her family member. She said, "Someone is shooting at the school. I love you." She sent that to all of her family members. I was told that the coach, she actually hid in the bathroom while all of this was unfolding, and obviously scared for her life. She did survive. But speaking with this, he's from Uvalde, and I want to step aside here and just talking to him, I said, give me a little bit more sense of this community. And he said, Henry, you've been saying it right. It's a small community. Everyone knows everyone. They are there and each other. We're there for each other every time it gets rough. He says something of this magnitude isn't supposed to happen in a small farming community. There's nothing that will prepare them from moving on. He said, even though if we leave the area, they remain our roots. It's the essence of who we are. When we venture out in the world, our hearts, thoughts, and prayers are with every single citizen. As you can imagine, that is the sentiment that has been since this unfolded until now, as we continue to receive the word as we did. I mean, it's just scary, folks. And you know, as Deborah had mentioned, I did speak to a family member probably about 30 minutes ago, telling me that their loved one, a 10-year-old who was a student at Robb Elementary, died here at the hospital. Something I can tell you, and you can see Irissa is pointing up there at the Air Life here at Chopper. I've been seeing them constantly coming in and out here of Uvalde Memorial Hospital. It has been nonstop. We've been seeing family members that have been leaving there, as you can see, pretty somber in their faces, not really saying much. Tears. I will tell you, as a journalist, this is where we cross that fine line. I want to give them respect right now, especially as they're just leaving the hospital, probably receiving news that they did not want to hear. And that's where so many students, as you mentioned, Deborah, being bused here in school buses to receive the critical help that we need. And speaking with that family from San Antonio who has so many family members here in Uvalde, with just so much uncertainty and unknown, but also hearing that a 10-year-old.
I'm Anne-Marie Espinoza, Executive Director of Communications and Marketing for Uvalde CISD. Please understand at this time, we will be making a statement and not taking any questions.
Elementary school runs from up until 4th grade, so the youngest of those students impacted maybe 9, 10 years old. So we're going to stay out here at Uvalde for the rest of the day and continue to bring you those updates as we learn more.
Shooting at Robb Elementary, she called her daughter and that are just guarding the scene here. A lot of family members just walking across. That's from what I was told, Deborah, but I don't know if. And but as I mentioned, thankfully for this family and for this grandmother, this 5th grader was able to walk out of here.
He was a 5th grader? We had heard there were only 2nd, 3rd, and 4th graders at the school.
What's that, Deborah?
Henry, did you say he was a 5th grader? We had been told that
that's what
he's a 4th grader. Okay, there are only 2nd, 3rd, and 4th graders at the school, and most of the injuries that we know about so far are 4th graders. So I don't know if the gunman was concentrated in that area. This little boy was in his classroom where he was shot. Is that correct, Henry?
Damn, bro.
Yes, that's correct. And she did say 5th grade. That's from what I was told, Deborah, but I don't know about the or what the gunman's focus was on, but that's what I was told from the grandmother.
Okay. All right, Henry, thank you. Well, we've just gotten word from CBS that President Biden has been informed about the shooting, and he plans to address the nation this evening. He plans to speak this evening when he is back at the White House. And now we are going to go to Vanessa Croy. She is, no, we don't have Vanessa. Okay.
But just a devastating day for the city
Sheriff's office, who
All right, this is gonna be the last one. Then I'll talk a little bit, man. This shit here is
Okay. All right, Vanessa. We're going to go to Vanessa
crazy,
Croy now
man.
live at Robb Elementary. Vanessa.
Well, that's right, Deborah. In the last hour, we've seen families coming up here asking where their children are at this hour. We just had a group standing behind us wondering, where do they go? What do they do? They've been to the Civic Center. Where do they go next? All that we can tell you is that there are plans in place to create another staging area, but that's all we can tell you right now. DPS has not confirmed anything to us where that will be and when that will be. As soon as we get it, we'll definitely share it. We have been asked to move back a little bit from the front of the school. We were just in front of that sign, the sign on the corner a few minutes ago, but we were asked to move back because the crime scene investigation is going to extend further toward this side of the school. Now you can see in the front of the school, we have a little bit better perspective now from where we're standing. That is San Antonio SWAT team in that the large Humvee vehicle out there. We saw the DEA here earlier today. We know the FBI crime scene investigative unit is here as well. We do know that most of the investigation is focused on the back of the school. We can't see where that law enforcement group is gathered any longer since we had to change positions, but you can see a canopy behind the school towards the back. I believe earlier somebody said the teacher's parking lot. Audrey said the teacher's parking lot. So that is where it looks like a command center is set up, and that's where the focus of the investigation is. However, we were just told that investigation is moving different areas also tell you we're kind of tight over here with all the media that's starting to line up, but other community members have come out here today. We just talked to a school district employee, and I asked her, does she have a child at the school? And she just said, no, I just wanted to be here. Henry was just talking about how close and tight-knit this community is.
Injuries were reported, didn't give as many details, I should mention, as Governor Abbott did. But what we know is that 14 students and 1 teacher were killed. Around 11:30 is when everything started this morning at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde. I'm standing outside of the Civic Center where parents have gone in today to pick up their students. This is where the press conference happened about 15 minutes ago. Chief Arredondo says that Robb Elementary holds students 2nd through 4th grade. He says several injuries were reported, but once again, our numbers are coming from Governor Abbott. The chief said the suspect, who is 18-year-old and who is from Uvalde, is dead, and they believe that he acted alone. DPS.
All right, man. This right here just some fucked up tragic shit, bro. And man, out of respect for these people, I don't even just want to do no dive on it heavy like that, bro. I just want to send condolences. I would get in my bag about some things, but man, I want to just send the parents that's sit up there and kill 2nd to 4th graders. That's crazy, man. I can't really understand that. These like, bro, kids like that, they innocent, bro. Like, why would you in your mind think that you need to wake up and kill some elementary students, bro? They not even conscious. Brain ain't even halfway developed of what's going on in the world, bro. Like, and it's like we can sit up here and try to make this shit some shit about, you know, mental health and all these other things, bro. But nigga, to me, bro, if you could pick up a motherfucking gun and go to a school and execute murders, bro, like you went and took out 15 people, you just weak, man. Like this shit ain't right, bro. This shit ain't right, bro. These motherfuckers be killing innocent people and shit, man, and now y'all killing babies, bro. Y'all just killing children. I don't know what the hell they charging that Buffalo shooter with, man. Like that was a straight hate crime. And I saw some online that was crazy, bro, where they tried to like say that a bill got passed for a certain group of people, but I don't know if it's true or not. But bro, these people out here doing real life racism and real fucked up shit, bro. Like they've been killing these kids in school for too long, bro. And like these motherfuckers, I don't know, bro. Like they killed this dude though. This dude died today. Fam, you wouldn't kill children. I do my best to not say like a nigga should die or a nigga deserve to die, bro. I do my best to not say that shit, bro. So I don't even want to put that energy out. You got 10-year-olds in the motherfucking hospital suffering with gunshot wounds and a 66-year-old. How many people did this nigga shoot total? He was 18, grown enough. Grown enough. Yeah. Murder. Murder. They made murder the way of the world, bro. Murder is the way of the world, man. Like, murder. And it made murder the way of the world, bro. Like going through something means, hey, I'm gonna go kill somebody, bro. But I'm like to the point though, bro. Like people keep talking about mental illness, and I know that people do have mental issues and problems, bro. But mental illness side of saying, how can that be a mental decision? Like I'm a 18-year-old, I'm finna go shoot up kids, bro. Like, why do we call that a mental illness? Like, why can that be a mental illness? Whether it's a mental illness or not, bro, like you out of here, my nigga. Like, fuck that. Mental illness or not. Nigga, you can't be in society amongst people if you're doing shit like this, bro. Like you can't. You can't be around people, nigga. You can't be we don't know that, bro. We don't know if he had a mental health problem. That nigga could have just been an evil motherfucker. This nigga's dead. This shit happened an hour ago. We can't diagnose this man, bro. Let's stop calling this shit mental illness. Let's stop calling it mental health, bro. Can't nobody diagnose this nigga from the computer or from your cell phone, bro. We don't even know what the fuck this dude looked like. You don't know who was sick. Nobody knows who was sick or not. We don't know, bro. Cause, and I don't want to go. I really wasn't trying to go down through there, bro. But I guess I have no choice, and I want to send condolences to these families. This ain't got nothing to do with them. What I'm about to say, condolences to them, most definitely, bro. But it's like if niggas go on a mass shooting, there is no mental health shit. It's just lock that nigga up, throw him away. He tripped out. Niggas kill each other every day, and there's nothing mental health about it. So it's looked at as black on black crime and ignorant niggas when black people just kill each other for whatever reason. They don't say mental health. If a nigga go put in some work on the nigga to get stripes with his gang, they don't say that's a mental thing. They just say that nigga went and put in work. Hey nigga, you want to further your gang. That ain't looked at as mental health, bro. And a 15-year-old, 16-year-old, none of that. They don't say like, nigga, you were mentally traumatized or mentally convinced that you had a mental problem that led you to go think that it's right. Because there is no mental health. See, man, I'm trying to keep my calm, bro. Every action have a reaction. This is why y'all will never beat me, bro. Niggas who be trying to like combat Big Ant, I don't think in this box of what America created. You talking about killing babies. They dropping bombs on families in Russia in Ukraine right now, my nigga. Did they take those babies into consideration? Y'all call that mental health. They killing innocent babies. They dropping bombs on people over there right now. They in the air at war, or they were at war. Dropping bombs on people. Is that mental health? Or is that understood because it's war, so we gonna knock that out? Or is it just you an evil motherfucker? I'm asking, is that mental health? They killing kids over there too, dropping bombs, shooting up houses, knowing that it possibly got kids in them. Is that mental health? What's the difference? They got a justifiable reason why they did it? Tell me, somebody tell me, when these motherfucking countries drop bombs on innocent people, is that mental health? Or did they have a good reason? Russia and Ukraine. When Hiroshima, nigga, whatever them people was, came and dropped all that shit, Japan, whatever country that was, I don't want to get it wrong. When they came and dropped them bombs in Hawaii, was that mental health? Or because they had a reason why they did it, it's not mental health? See what I'm saying, bro? Man, if you ain't if you ain't go get your brain checked out while you was living and they didn't diagnose you with mental health, my nigga, I'm not calling it mental health. You just a motherfucker that did some sick ass shit. If no doctor clinically diagnosed you, you just got to take that. Nigga, you's a sick motherfucker. We not calling it mental health. We not doing that no more, bro. That shit over, man. That shit over with me. Go to the doctor and get diagnosed. If you don't get diagnosed, then you just got to take what come with it. Now, Nick can say, man, he was going through some shit. Okay, you still didn't get, bro. We not finna be moving this goalpost no more, bro. It's always a motive. There's always a motive, bro. There's always a motive for everything. There's always a fucking motive. Hitler killed Jewish kids, didn't he? Did they say he had a mental health problem? Did they diagnose him with mental health? No, they just said he's an evil, sick motherfucker. He exterminated Jewish kids, right? Didn't give a fuck about the age. Took them out the worst way. See, they pick and choose and move the goalposts, bro. Terrorists. They want to call some of it terrorists. Well, this is a terrorist act, or this is that, or this is that. Man, bro, if you going out here killing multiple people, bro, period, nigga, you was motherfucking tripping. And understand, bro, in our community, and I'm not trying to make this about us or a black thing or nothing like that, because this is a Hispanic guy, but people get driven to the point of doing shit, bro. But when you do something, nigga, you got to take responsibility for that shit, bro. There is no acting like, oh, I just had some mental health problems or my mental health is not this or that. Bro, everybody's using this mental. I know mental health is a thing, bro. I'm not trying to downplay mental health. I'm never doing that because I know it's a real thing. But you know what's really going on, bro? Everybody's making the world so fucking soft all of a sudden. For people like this guy here who did this shit, everybody's jumping on the mental health awareness tag and bag for any type of things that people are going through. And I understand that people go through different shit. Some people are mentally stronger than others. That's a fact. But every time I'm not, y'all can. Y'all can. I'm just not finna do that, bro. That's just what I'm on, bro. Like, I'm not doing that. And I'm not diagnosing nobody from no fucking computer, bro. I'm not diagnosing nobody from no computer. I'm not diagnosing no nigga from a cell phone. They said the police killed them. They said the police killed them. It's like now, bro, they finna be having the point where, I mean, they have police in school now. We see that. There are police in school. They always had cops in school, but now it's getting to a point where, like, damn, do they gotta have armed full guards walking around the school all day, every school? A school used to be damn near where a nigga could almost really feel safe at. Besides the other kids probably bullying you or trying to pick on you type shit, but it's like the schools ain't safe no more. You got a grown ass, 18-year-old saying he gonna go kill all the school, and the school just let out, man. This shit is crazy. And once again, bro, let me send condolences to these families. We'll do a little check out on what's going on before we. This shit here is disgusting, bro. Let's see what's updated. Let's see if they got any
Assisting with
updates.
this investigation, the chief says
lives of those children and adults lost to violence. Bexar County is sending personnel and material from the Office of Emergency Management, the Medical Examiner's Office, the Sheriff's Office.
Has been quite a scene. As you can see, the parking lot is still full, but this hospital receiving a lot of the patients as well. But that's kind of what we're seeing from our end. Of course, as more family members do show up, I will do very politely and respectfully, ask them and try to gain a little bit more insight as much as I can from them as to what happened on this day. Audrey and Deborah.
Thanks so much, Henry. And we did have questions about those two pending transfers, so we can only assume that possibly that could be it. But we want to take you back over the situation, how it unfolded today. We heard from Pete Arredondo, the UCISD Chief of Police. School there in Uvalde. That school, it houses second, third, and fourth graders. Now, the police chief says that that's when the suspect, who is named Salvador Ramos, 18 years old, a local there, entered the school with a gun. Now, we don't know if it was one gun, two guns, but they did say that he did act alone. We learned that 14 students were killed. One teacher is dead, and police were able to kill that shooter, 18-year-old Ramos.
And right now, the Robb Elementary School is surrounded with crime scene tape. And inside, the FBI and law enforcement are processing that scene. Vanessa Croy is at the scene right now. Vanessa? She has been there all day at Robb Elementary, driving there from San Antonio an hour and a half right after we got the news. Vanessa?
It's an
Well, that's
hour and a
right.
half from
Did get
San
the news,
Antonio.
shortly after the first calls came in today, and I jumped in the car and came out here, not knowing exactly what to expect. When I got out here today, I can tell you, when I arrived, they hadn't really even blocked the road off yet. Parents were lined up trying to figure out what was happening. The street was lined with community members and families trying to find out what was going on. All that they knew is that there was some kind of active shooter inside their child's school. Now, I can tell you, I was standing on the corner right there when many law enforcement officers walked out of that school, tears in their eyes. You could see in their faces something horrific had happened inside that school building today. In fact, that's exactly what Uvalde. He said, our worst nightmare happened today. And now that we're learning about those deaths today, and the children and the teacher, just hitting this community devastatingly hard. There are other community members here standing behind our cameras. We've also seen parents come up here trying to find out where their children are. They don't know where to go. They've been to the Civic Center, they've been to another area, and they're trying to find somebody to help them find their child and find out where they are. Many people have asked us out here what's happening inside that school building right now. We don't know. All that we can tell you is that it's an active investigation. The FBI is here. The crime scene unit is here. I know that
From any blood type that can donate right now. We actually did just learn within the last hour that tomorrow in Uvalde there is going to be an emergency blood drive held from 9 a.m. to actively donate
their child and find out where they are. Many people have asked us out here by that school building. Before we go, I just talked to a DPS. They said they're working on a new staging area. They are going to release that information soon, and we will get that to you as soon as I have it. I'm just waiting to hear from them any minute now with that information, where that will be, and we can let those parents know where to go at this hour.
All right, Vanessa, thank you.
Lots of heavy hearts in Uvalde this evening and surrounding communities. But we do know that University Hospital here in San Antonio, they also got 2 transports, a 66-year-old woman in critical condition and a 10-year-old girl also in critical condition. And we learned that the San Antonio Blood Bank also transferred 13 units of blood. We want to go over to Troy Kless, who is there at the blood bank, with an update on that and their needs. Troy.
Audrey, thank you. Yeah, we are here where it was within an hour of getting the call about the shooting that South Texas Blood Bank was.
Man, I don't even got no answers, bro. It really like ain't no answers, because it's like
Uvalde resident entered with a gun to kill. But we did have a brief press conference, less than 5 minutes. The UCISD police chief did speak, and he said at 11:32 a.m. That 4th grade students. That suspect, Salvador Ramos, 18 years old, a local Uvalde resident, entered with a gun, possibly another weapon, and shot at that school. We don't know exactly where he entered. We don't know what classroom he entered, but we do know there were 14 casualty students. We know there was 1 teacher dead, and we know that there is 2 other people in San Antonio. We want to go to some of that sound from earlier.
Good afternoon. I'm Anne-Marie Espinoza, Executive Director of Communications and Marketing for Uvalde CISD. Please understand at this time, we will be making a statement and not taking any questions. So we please ask, at this time, we will be making a statement and not taking any questions. Here to provide a statement is our Uvalde CISD Chief of Police.
see what he got to say before we tap out, man. This shit is wild, bro.
Good afternoon. As she mentioned, I'm going to make a statement, and at this point, we'll take any questions. We will give you a time that we'll be addressing the media soon. At approximately 11:32 a.m. this morning, there was a mass casualty incident at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas. This school has children that are in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th grade. I can confirm right now that we have several injuries, adults and students, and we do have some deaths. The suspect is deceased at this point. DPS is assisting with the investigation. And at this point, the investigation is leading to tell us that the suspect did act alone during this heinous crime. Families are being notified, and we are providing services to them as the district should. As far as the rest of the district, current safety measures were taken to make sure that we have a safe release for the rest of the district, for our city of Uvalde. And we had numerous law enforcement officers and agencies that assisted with the safety release for those students. We do want to keep all our families in their prayers. I hope you do as well. And we also want to respect the privacy of the family. The crime scene is still being worked on. And again, we'll notify the parents and the families as soon as we have some news for them. Thank you so much.
We greatly have not been able to find them yet. I did talk to DPS. The guy is here. DPS has been here all afternoon, along with Border Patrol and local law enforcement, as the events were unfolding inside this elementary school today. We're also seeing parents that are coming up here to the school, trying to find out, ask questions. Where are their children? We've seen.
Bro, this shit some fucked up shit, bro. I'm gonna just say this, bro. It is the fucked up part about this, bro. Like, people be talking about, you know, a lot of people suggest taking guns off and getting rid of guns, but man, I ain't gonna lie. The way this world work, bro, you can get anything you want to get, bro. Like, it's like we gotta work on something else because guns ain't gonna solve the problem, bro. Like getting rid of guns, because and I know this is fucked up. And I know some people hate guns. I know, especially right now, family members feel like guns ain't that, bro. Um, things like that, bro. Like, this motherfucker's gonna still be able to get hold of guns, bro. Like, just like drugs. Drugs ain't legal. Niggas can still get drugs. I hate to say it like that, bro, and it's fucked up, bro. You can't get rid. You can make a gun, bro. It's like I just don't even know what the motherfucking what. Damn, man, I don't even lie, bro. This shit here. I'm trying to see if they got anything on the net about it before we tap out. Let me see if they got anything updated on the internet. I'll read that before we tap out, man. And this shit is insane, bro. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Some places saying 2 dead, but they on here saying 14 dead. I don't see no pictures online. Hold on, I'm looking for it, y'all. My bad. While I'm looking for it, I'll let this shit play for y'all. Hold on. Just trying to find the latest write up before we tap out.
Taken over that investigation. We know the FBI is there, as well as San Antonio Police, BCSO, but a number of neighboring law enforcement, Hondo, Batesville, Bracketville, all of these neighboring law enforcement agencies have been there all day assisting. Other campuses were released today at regular time, and those parents probably did see some of those law enforcement officers who were just there to ease the minds and hearts of some of those parents at other campuses. But the kids who were there at Robb Elementary School, they were being picked up from that civic center after, and like you just heard from Victoria, a lot of those parents stressed out. They're still looking for their children, still being picked up at 5 o'clock, and this all began around 11:32 this afternoon at Robb Elementary.
And you are looking live right now at Robb Elementary, where this large truck has just pulled up. The Bexar County Medical Examiner has just arrived on the scene in the past 15 minutes. And that appears to be a refrigerated morgue truck. And we are hearing from people. We also have heard from BAMC. That's one of the two number one trauma centers here in San Antonio, the other one being University Health. BAMC says we have received 2 adults From the tragic shooting at Robb Elementary in Uvalde, Texas, we don't have conditions to release at this time. So that is a total of 3 adults that we know who are hospitalized, 2 at BAMC, 1 at University Health, 13 children hospitalized at Uvalde, and also 1 child, a 10-year-old, hospitalized.
Are they saying, am I hearing this correctly? Are they saying,
because this investigation,
hold on, am I hearing this correctly? Like 13 children hospitalized and 14 dead? Is that how that is coming? Somebody tell me, am I hearing that correctly, that they got 13 people at the hospital? Like 3 adults at the hospital and 13 students plus the 14 dead? Or is it 18 total? Or because they saying hospitalized. She's saying we got 13 or 14 hospitalized. But man, ain't no number good right now, but don't tell me it's another 14 on top of this shit, bro. Like, or 13. That's what they saying. So is it 14 killed or 14 injured? Because they not really. Says 15 killed an hour ago. Yeah, man. It says at least 15 dead and multiple injured. Damn. This shit is insane, bro. Hey, man, I'll tap back in with y'all, man. I'm going to send condolences to this family, bro. You know, I don't even know what to say, man. This shit is fucking insane, bro. It's some insane shit, man. I'm going to tap back in with y'all. This shit wild as hell, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in. And we'll lock back in on this, update on this tomorrow. So he said 13 kids hospitalized and 1 10-year-old. That's 18 plus the ones already gone. That's what I'm saying, bro. Is it, hold on, bro. Is it motherfucking, so y'all telling me 30 people total got shot? 30 plus? We'll tap in, man. We'll get with y'all, bro. Y'all stay up, man. Prayers to this family, condolences to these families, to this town, to these families, these loved ones, man. We'll tap back in on it, man. Probably tomorrow or something to see what's going on.